Well, I'm tired of ruining shirts every time I walk by this thing, so I decided to take it apart a little bit if I can. Lots of little intrusions over here that I think oil this motor somehow or another. I bet I have to take those off first. Not the smartest thing to do today, but it's rainy and it's got to be done anyway, so might as well do it. This is a grease cert. It looks like it's stuck on the end of a pipe. I'm thinking it's got a screw in. Kind of pipe going down in there. That 70-year-old grease and lint hair. Only 2 bolts are holding it on. See if this does the same thing down here. Friend Don says this looks like the engine of the Millennial Falcon. To tell you the truth, it does. Tell you another truth, I didn't really notice that this was a 20 horsepower motor when I was trying to get everything, or buying it. Alright, it's time for the secret weapon. Everyone knows when you do lathe work, you gotta have orange gloves. During this pandemic, it's the only kind I could get. Much prefer my Black Mamba gloves because I got big, thick hands, and even the extra larges don't fit me most of the time. When I was on the fire truck and ambulance, I had to carry a special box of gloves, extra large, they got for me. All right, cross your fingers, we're going in. Oh. This thing has got so much crud on it. Yes! Heavy mama. gonna be a mess to clean up. Not too bad in here. But I'm the first person that's looked in here in 1957. Can't be cooling the engine very well. It's all like that. You guys can't see in there. Just a bunch of grease. At the bottom's full. Call for some more work than I thought. Look at this. This globs of stuff in here. I'm going to take this and let it go soak in my parts washer, if it'll fit. Well, this has turned out to be a bigger project than I thought. This is a job for the black gloves. Those little pansy orange ones ain't gonna cut it. Also, in the interest of self-preservation and the public good, I went and changed my shirt to one my wife won't kill me for getting grease on. And she promised that the next time I got grease on something that I'd have to run around shirtless. So that's the public good. You guys don't want to see me shirtless. Well, let's take a break while my hands are clean and I'll show you a little bit about what the heck I've gotten myself into. I'm pretty sure I'm the first person in 63 years to look into that motor. Taking off the bell housing, and I wheeled it out to the parts washer. I'm going to scrape some of that up, see if I can clean that fan off. But first off, I got to get that bell housing clean. So take you in there and show you what the inside of it looks like. I'm also pretty certain that I'm the only person in 63 years that's put any oil in these little oiling places. My God, some of them took so much, it's unbelievable. But she slides a lot better. And I was worried that I was going to have to redo the gears on the tailstock. Man, like a new machine now. It's also funny what a guy with an overzealous grease gun can do. I've just started pulling out grease. It's over an inch thick in some spots out of this place. Man. Too much or not enough. Tar in here. You can see where the motor fan was rubbing a track in it down here. It is just solid over there. Buy some more solvent for sure after this. Good God. Yuck. Damn glad I didn't buy this lathe by the pound. Today started off so good too. I was just going to do a little video about, funny thing, using grease to get those handles off and loosened up. Your Lord must work in mysterious ways. He knew that I needed some grease and he gave it to me. Looks like my solvent's cutting it though. But boy, it must just be like rubber down here. Had to take my safety link off of my washer. Get this thing in there. Don't use this washer very much. Sure are handy when you need it. Frankly, this is just a little one from Tractor Supply. Like working in a dark hole too. This one heavy mama. Yes, this. Sticky Play-Doh. Just wanted to clean the back of the motor off so I didn't get grease on my shirt every time I walk by it. Look what I got myself into. You know, I'm beginning to feel like Jed Clampett. Between the oiler on the apron and this, I got enough oil to retire on. I'm not sure, but I think on the big YouTube channels, they have interns to do all this, or stunt hosts That's it, stunt host to get us all clean. They say things like, "We'll be right back," or "I'll bring you back when I'm through." Yeah, I know what they're doing. My God. There's a half a year's output from OPEC in this thing. Sheesh. We're going to need a bigger bucket. There's a little ring right on the inside of these two. Best I can to get it out. I don't know if I can remove that ring. I think I can see the other screw now. Hadn't scratched a little witness mark on it, so I know where it goes back. All right, should be it. Yuck. Well, I'm back from a very nice dinner. Well, I'm back from a very nice dinner my wife made. Back to this. Got a little bit of a foamy engine cleaner I've been spraying on it, and I'm going to let it soak a little bit of this while I'm finishing the other. I don't know how well you guys could see down in there, but under all the .40 barrels of grease, I found some slot head screws that are holding this ring in, and that ring obscures the first two drills. I've managed to get out 4 of the screws so far. Figure I'm in this far, might as well get it out. Only 2 of them have been pretty stiff. Going to film this entire thing for you and speed it up just to prove that I don't have any interns or stunt doubles here. But my camera decided to shut off about 20 minutes ago. I've still been pulling out stuff like that while y'all were away. No, I wasn't away. I was right here. got some water to kind of rinse this with. Fine if I don't mark the bottles, I forget what they are. Got some old dirty rags over in the bottom of the parts cleaner. Give them one little final use before they go in the trash. Actually, they're not going to go in the trash. They're going to go out in my burn pile and burn. Got to put the dessert fitting on the top. Hello. Whoa, don't drop it, Steve. Try the other one, see if we have better luck with it. Now the other one has a slotted plug in the end. Take that out and pump grease through it. I don't think they were taking that out. I think they were just plugging it up. All right. I can't see a thing. Glasses and a flashlight. As you get older, you will know these two instruments very well. And there you have it, folks. Well, what started out as a 30-minute project turned into a 4-hour tour. Guess the only thing left to do is start it up and see how much crap goes flying. I'll stand back over here. up and down and see which way the fan's going. Some of the more eagle-eyed among you may have noticed that I left out that thin ring that covered the upper two slots. I didn't forget it. I left it out so I can clean it up and paint it, because it's all rusty and I'm not going to let it ever get covered in grease again. But it's a simple matter of putting that in. And I don't think it, probably don't even need it. I mean, I'm feeling air coming out of here like never before. Well, 63 years ago it probably did so. Thanks for watching. Good to have you in the shop.